that our principal said that there is one thing getting into LSR and there is another thing getting through LSR. Because it was a rigorous college and so is Cambridge. I mean, there's actually one thing getting into such elite places and one thing getting through them. You have tons of assignments, you have supervisions, you have this, I would say, 3-4 hours daily. And if you're doing it over the long term, say you're preparing for 2026, 3-4 hours, but daily, and perhaps 6-7 hours over the weekends or whenever you have holidays, that should be good enough.
Tamanna and I'll be coming day after tomorrow on 15th November at 7 p.m. We'll be discussing regarding this only, the strategy for 2026. And of course, Tamanna will also be coming up with her notes and other strategies that really worked for her. So I hope to see you all day after tomorrow. Thank you so much, Tamanna, on 15th. That is Friday, 7 p.m. So you went to the bestest of institution possible. You graduated from LSR, then you went to the Cambridge. Of course, you could have gone anywhere after these institutes backing you. Why did you choose civil services as a career, as a profession, despite going to these institutions? What motivated you towards civil services?
Civil services as the profession was always my first choice. It is that I got lucky enough to be a part of such elite institutions and to get educated there and to be taught by the finest of the teachers that they can be in the country and the world. And this is an experience that I absolutely cherish. But the idea was always to appear at the civil services, and they just happened simultaneously. Of course, being from such institutes does give you that kind of uh, confidence that you have a backup just in case you don't make it to the exam. Because let's be real, more than 1 million people are appearing at this exam every year, and everybody's working hard, everybody's brilliant, and you really do need that kind of good luck with you as well to clear the exam. So having the backing of such institutions really does help act as a de-stressor, because you know there will be an excellent career choice waiting for you even if you don't make it here. And the career choice that there will be of the sort that does provide you opportunities to have an impact, perhaps not of the level that you can have in the civil services, but a decent impact.
Right. So you were attempting also while you were in Cambridge. I mean, you were preparing, you were in that zone when you were in Cambridge. You knew that you have to attempt UPSC. So,
Yes.
of course, once like you were going through your daily rituals in Cambridge, you were doing your projects assignment, maybe working also, and simultaneously you were also preparing for UPSC examination. So, what were the challenges while you were there? What challenges did you face with respect to, time management, or just the thought that you have to attempt UPSC also after this? Uh, what was like that?
See, Cambridge and LSR, both of them, I remember it was on the freshers of our LSR that our principal said that there is one thing getting into LSR and there is another thing getting through LSR. Because it was a rigorous college and so is Cambridge. I mean, there's actually one thing getting into such elite places and one thing getting through them. You have tons of assignments, you have supervisions, you have this really, there you have a thesis that you're really passionate about and you're writing about it. So the days are loaded, we can't deny. And UPSC in itself is a whole package. So managing time, no matter how hard you wish, there will be 24 hours in a day, and it's just about managing time and prioritizing. So for me, it was always about taking things as they come. If there was an assignment that had to be done and had to be submitted by weekend, I think prelims could wait because it was a couple of months down the lane. So I would just take things as they come and finish it off. Just a do it mentality is all that you need, to be honest. And the kind of prioritizing and understanding what needs to be done when and how you need to juggle it all. It's just about juggling.
Hmm. So, of course, somebody who is in college, if not LSR, of course, regular college, or somebody who is into a job, who is working full time,
Yeah.
she will have limited time. For instance, they'll get 5 to 6 hours to actually manage UPSC preparation alongside. So, yes, this is what has to be known. Can this exam be cracked by studying 5 to 6 hours a day? If, of course, a considerable amount, a considerable period of daily studies happen. So, if somebody is starting in 2020, if somebody has to attempt 2026 and the person is starting now, and being a working professional or a college student, he can only give 5 hours, max 6 hours a day. Is this possible according to your theory?
Definitely. I think 6 hours is on the higher side. If you're talking about working full time or studying full time and doing this alongside, 6 hours, managing 6 hours physically would be quite tough, and I wouldn't suggest doing that. I would say 3, 4 hours daily. And if you're doing it over the long term, say you're preparing for 2026, 3, 4 hours, but daily, and perhaps 6, 7 hours over the weekends or whenever you have holidays, that should be good enough. But one thing to remember here is that it is only possible if you limit your resources. Just don't go haywire and read all that is available in the market, because number one, it is not wise to do that. Number two, it is also not possible to do that. If you just keep on reading it and not revising it and not retaining the information, then you could read encyclopedias and that will be of no help. So I would say if you limit your resources, 3, 4 hours a day is just good enough.
Great. So this is what she'll be precisely talking about day after tomorrow on 15th at 7 p.m. She'll be telling 2026 aspirants a proper strategy, how to go about the UPSC preparation, especially if they are working professional or they are in college and they have limited time at their disposal. So this is what Tamanna will be sharing, because she has gone through such a phase while she was in LSR and Cambridge. So she knows a plan and she'll be able to deliver that plan for you. Also, when I asked you initially regarding these great institutes, you mentioned that it's good to have such a backup. So, tell me or tell us something about Plan B, particularly. Uh, what are your views on Plan B with respect to UPSC preparation, especially those who are under 25, those who still can afford to have a Plan B, especially for them.
For me, Plan B was the kind of mental reliever. It was something that did not allow me to stress too much over the exam, because it is an exam that causes a lot of stress, let's be real. And I would say that having a plan B does help. It helped me. However, if you are passionate and you just want to give it a go, you should. I mean, you shouldn't have regrets, because plan B is something that is just for you. It is a matter of you to not really get obsessed with the exam. But if you really do not want to divert your energy, I would say it is a matter of absolute personal choice. It is not necessary to have a plan B. Plus, it's not just about people under 25 or over 25. There is no age to start again if you want to. And if you have really given UPSC everything that you had to give, and maybe at 30 you want to say that I want to start a new life, I unfortunately couldn't make it, go ahead. If your idea of joining the UPSC was to have a certain kind of impact on the society, I'm pretty sure you will have it, irrespective of what age you are at or what education background you have or what kind of experience you have. Just go ahead. And anyway, with plan B, without plan B, UPSC is a plunge that you are taking, and you can just give your best and hope for the best.
Great, awesome. So Tamanna and I'll be coming day after tomorrow on 15th November at 7 p.m. We'll be discussing regarding this only, the strategy for 2026, a clear roadmap how to go about for next 1.5 years. Maybe we'll delve into behavioral issues also that aspirants, face with respect to burnout and, maintaining consistency. How can they really beat such challenges? And of course, Tamanna will also be coming up with her notes and other strategies that really worked for her. So I hope to see you all day after tomorrow. Thank you so much, Tamanna, on 15th. That is Friday, 7 p.m. Thank you.